It's a lot of trash out there.
Make sure to put the Cleveland Browns in there too. I forgot about them.
Dylan Gabriel.
About the same height as the trash
Yeah.
can.
What's good? Welcome back to Say What's Real, episode 28, NFL Week 7 talk. Lord. Let's just get right into it. Week 6. This season has been very frustrating, especially for all the bettors. But the injuries have been bad. The teams have been bad. Special teams have been bad. But let's recap. What's your biggest surprise of week 6?
Biggest surprise, man. Let's get it off with the Sunday night football game. That fight, man. What's going on, man? That was pure entertainment. That was a big surprise. I don't think anyone had on their bingo card, Brian Branch dragging Juju Smith-Schuster across the football field. I don't think we had that on there. That was a pretty big surprise for me.
That was your surprise?
That was a pretty big surprise for me. I don't know for you, but that fight, that was a pretty big surprise. That was crazy. You know what I mean? That was wild. Juju's nose was bleeding and stuff like that. Brian Brandt stood on business. You know what I'm saying? Mahomes, was after the touchdown right in his face. You know what I'm saying? And then Juju was talking that mess, and you know what I mean? That's what happens. That was a pretty big surprise for me. Because when do we ever get fights after the games like that? That's never. That was a pretty big surprise. On the field surprise. I mean, listen, New York Giants putting belt to ass the Eagles. That's a pretty big surprise.
I wanted to say that was my surprise, but just the way the Eagles have been this season, and it's a division game. I told you. Every primetime game is fucking weird. The primetime games have been crazy, and they all not have been going according to script.
I mean, but belt to ass though.
Yeah,
usually the games are close. It wasn't even close. The Giants dominated them, especially in the second half. That was by 2 rookies. That's what makes it more surprising. 2 rookies put belt to ass to them. Right? That's a pretty big surprise.
But my main surprise is. I gotta say, you was right, the Bills. Like, the Bills surprised the hell out of me by laying an egg. I don't even know. I was watching it in amazement. And they were getting so many breaks in the second half to come back. That was the frustrating part. I'm like, Drake London doesn't get that touchdown. They go into halftime only down by 2. They come out, they score a touchdown, down by 1 touchdown. Falcons miss a field goal. Get the ball, can't do shit with it. Falcons punt, get the ball, can't do shit with it. And I'm just like, bro, what is going on? And it's not to take away from the Falcons, but that was my surprise. So now, got to take them off the list. I'm not going to say anything different because my best team is still the Bucs because I said that shit last week. Who's your best team now?
Just make sure that you say it again. Who is your best team?
Tampa Bay Buccaneers are the best team right now.
Best team. You heard him. Tampa Bay Buccaneers is his best team, and I don't want to say my team, man. I don't. I hate it. I feel like it's a big jinx to say your team is the best team in the league. It just seems like you're a homer. But it's kind of looking that way right now because Eagles just got belt to ass by the fucking Giants. The Bills, which I called, got not belt to ass, but they got beat by the Falcons. And you look at these other teams who have one loss, like the Steelers. I think the Bucs better than the Steelers. I think that is
no problem.
Yeah, no problem. There's a couple of
Lions.
They got another loss. The Colts, they have one loss. Do I think the Colts are better than the Bucs? I don't. But I think the Colts are a good football team. I do. I think they're a good football team. But I think you're starting to see they're starting to get figured out a little bit. You can see that against the game against the Cardinals. That game shouldn't have been that close.
Well, I got this. 1 minute. I got like a little insight on that. Zaire Franklin was actually talking about that game. And he said so much wild shit was going on. So he said before the game, you had the shit with Anthony Richardson, broke his orbital bone.
Yeah.
And then their best corner goes down. And then he said they just found out that Brissett was going to play like a few days before. So they were all gearing up for Kyler Murray. They had Brissett in mind, but they were gearing up for Kyler Murray. He said that shit happened. And then those 2 injuries right before the game. And then as soon as the game starts, somebody got put on a stretcher. So he said they were just trying to get the fuck out of there.
This sounds like a lot of excuses.
No,
I don't.
They still won. They clearly
won.
They're clearly the better team, though. You can see that they're the better team.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That game should have been. The Cardinals have a lot more injuries than the Colts.
I know.
So they're out. They're without like their starting corners.
I think the shock of all that shit happening that same
and
day.
Andy Richardson's a backup, so who cares if he gets hurt? Like it doesn't even matter. But the Colts, I think, are a good football team. But I just think they're going to get figured out. I don't think that they're going to maintain what they're doing.
So right now the Bucs on top.
So I think the Bucs are the best team, but big game this week, Monday Night Football. Biggest game of the week, game of the year right now. Bucs Lions in Detroit, Monday Night Football. We gonna see.
Finally, we skipped it last week because I forgot, so that's my fault. Trash alert. Who do you got going in the trash today?
Number one team I have going in the trash, and this is gonna be every week until you get a motherfucking win. Sorry to my Jets fans. The New York Jets are gonna continue to get in this trash. But you know what? The Denver Broncos are also getting in this trash. 13-11.
What did I tell you about Bo Nix? I've been saying it. Bo Nix has been ass, bro.
They both have to go in the trash just for their performance alone. 13-11. What are we watching? That was probably the worst offensive game I've ever seen from two teams, maybe ever. That was and regular weather, no snow, no rain, no other elements. It was fine. Trash. Another team I'm putting in here, 100%. Philadelphia Eagles offense. Go ahead and get in there. This offense ain't producing shit. It's been atrocious. Jalen Hurts has been bad. Oof, awful. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Saquon Barkley, nowhere near. Not even getting close to averaging like 100 yards a game. Hasn't even had a 100-yard game this season. Like, it has been really bad for the offense side of the ball. I ain't putting the whole team in there, but the offense definitely got to go in here. It's been bad.
All right. The trash can is small, but the list is not small. I ain't about to ring off a lot of shit. Number one, Titans, trash. That's why their coach got fired. Trash. Of course, the Jets. And like I've mentioned before, whatever bad juju the 49ers have in that medical.
It's medical teams in general.
Yeah, just teams in general, but trash, bro.
I mean, 49ers, yeah. Bucs got a lot of injuries. Emeka Buka down the injury report. Puka Nakua. The medical teams in general should all be put in the trash. And maybe all should be fired. Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow. It is getting out of hand how many star players are out.
The injuries this year, trash. I'm not going to say anything else because it's a lot of trash out there.
Make sure to put the Cleveland Browns in there, too. I forgot about them.
Dylan Gabriel.
About the same height as the trash.
Yeah. But that's trash alert. Let's get into... Oh, okay. I can't even have excitement when I say this shit. I can't even get juiced up. Saints at Bears. There's a lot of factors at this game that does make it interesting. I could see us upsetting them, but I also can see us getting belt to ass. So there's three different angles. One, Caleb Williams versus Spencer Rattler. They were on the same team in college. Caleb took his job. That could be like an angle. Dennis Allen revenge game. He could try to cook us. And then the last angle, Kendre Miller want to take out his frustrations on Dennis Allen in this game. So those are three stories that I'm looking at. I'm like, it makes it interesting to me. It's probably a boring game. I know you're gonna say we probably won't get killed or whatever the fuck. But I do think it's gonna be interesting. We're gonna fight. We're gonna go down. We're gonna fight, claw back. Caleb Williams is gonna put us away with either a deadly deep ball or just a field goal. It'll be easy. But the Saints, they're going to do their thing where Spencer Rattler doing just enough. The problem that the Saints have is we don't have any dogs and we don't have any raw talent. Like, Spencer Rattler is not a franchise quarterback, but he's okay. When you have an okay quarterback, you need playmakers. And we don't have playmakers on either side of the ball. Can't get sacks, can't get turnovers against a real team. That Giant shit I knew it was because of a rookie. Chris Olave I'm not going to bash him because I still like him, but he ain't really showing how he's supposed to be. Juwan Johnson's still inconsistent. Kamara's Kamara. Shaheed is Shaheed. But outside of that, we don't have anybody that's really saying, this is my motherfucking time. We're going to take care of business. So until that happens, we just going to keep having these close-ass games, and we lose due to some, I could see Roma Doomsday getting a 40-yard catch to seal the game.
The Saints are on the road. They suck on the road. So this is, to me, a bad spot for them. Bears coming off of a huge win against the Commanders. I think they're going in the right direction. The Saints play very well at home, keep games competitive. They lost by double digits to the Patriots, but the Patriots are also heading in the right direction. That's what the Bears are doing.
We didn't lose by double digits.
That was 26-14.
No, 26-19.
Oh, 26-19? Okay. Was it?
Yeah, pretty sure.
I don't know. I could have sworn it was 26-14 or something like that. But
yeah, 25-19.
Oh, 25-19.
We could have won the game.
No, they were about to score again.
Well, we had opportunity, but Juwan Johnson fumbled.
That doesn't mean you have opportunity. He fumbled, because that's what bad teams do. They fumble. They do turnovers. Either way, they lost to the Patriots, and now they're on the road where they don't play well. They got blown out by the Seahawks on the road. That was disgusting. And the Bears play well at home. They almost won game one against the Vikings at home, but they put BTA, belt to ass, the Cowboys at home this year. I expect them to win this game by double digits, probably 10 points. I think that the Bears are just going in the right direction. Ben Johnson, he is coaching up Caleb Williams. And I saw DeAndre Swift. They're trying to get that running game going. Swift had a great game on Monday Night Football. They're just going in the right direction. The defense has been playing well. They did a great job against Jaden Daniels. I really like what I'm seeing out of the Bears right now. This is just, to me, you got two teams going in different directions. And when that happens, I got the Bears by 10. I can see it being 24-14, 27-17, 30-20, somewhere in that range. I don't think the Saints are bad necessarily. They're obviously they suck because they're 1-5 or whatever, but I don't think they're that bad. I think they're better than their record, but not by much. This is a bad football team overall.
Take the under. Take the under this game. It's at 46. Take the under.
It would not surprise me if it went over. It would not surprise me.
Because, it ain't gonna be because of us.
Because the Bears can score, man, and I don't see anyone. The Bears can score. So, and Ben Johnson's going to have some stuff cooked up. So, and I can see, like I said, I can see Kellen Moore cooking up, and y'all go quick. Y'all do no huddling. It's hard to take the under on Saints games right now because the defense isn't great, but the offense can score enough to push this right over the total. This would not surprise me if we went over the total. 46 is okay. You know what I mean? But you never know.
Colts at Chargers.
So, Colts going back on the road here. When they came to Los Angeles, they took their first L. At home, the Colts have been perfect. On the road, they have that one loss to the Rams. The Chargers, though, Chargers have a lot of injuries. Running backs, the offensive line. If the Colts gets pressure with DeForest Buckner, this could be a long day. Plus, I don't think the Chargers defense is going to be able to get enough stops, in my opinion. I'm taking the Colts to win this football game. Colts are on the road, so it's probably going to be closer than it would be. It really should be. I got the Colts win this game 27-20.
I think it's going to be GG's for the Colts, bro. I think the Colts going to take care of them. Bro, the Chargers were struggling against Miami, and I know Miami was at home, but it literally took some fluke shit for them to win, bro. That lad McConkey, him breaking the pocket escape, bro.
Was that really luck, though?
Nah,
it's the Dolphins' defense.
It's the Dolphins. All right, that's fine.
But the Colts' defense didn't look pretty shaky against the Cardinals.
I'm giving them an excuse because of what Zaire says. But it's not even about the defense for the Colts. It's that the Chargers not gonna stop their offense. And so I believe the Colts are more consistent on offense than the Chargers are consistent on offense. I think the Colts and Jonathan Taylor, he got like 7 touchdowns. I don't think he's going to stop. I think he's going to do his thing, and when they get to that red zone, they scoring touchdowns. I think the Chargers can stall out sometimes. And they have all these injuries.
Yeah, the offensive line is going to keep them back.
That's
because they have the weapons. And if Herbert has time, he will expose his defense.
I can see this shit being like 30-20 Colts. Like, that's like
27-20, 30-20. Yeah. I'm just saying, they're back on the road, back in L.A.
We will see, though, because they're on the road. But they beat the Rams. If that nigga wasn't being dumb. Why? If he just if Adonis just crosses the plane without trying to celebrate, they beat the Rams. So they low-key undefeated.
But
low-key.
Listen, you know what to say about that type of stuff.
Yeah. That's just how the dice goes.
Next up, though, we got them Dirty Birds coming off a huge win against the Bills that I call it was my upset of the week. And they're going to go to the 49ers this week. Who you got?
Listen, this is one of them games where the Falcons, if they want to be mentioned in that upper echelons, this is a game. Without Fred Warner, they definitely have a shot. I don't think if they were strapping up Josh Allen, and I understand because their coordinator faced them twice and they were prepared for him coming out the bye week. But if they contained him, Matt Jones is a statue. I'm expecting the Falcons to unleash the dogs on him, especially when McCaffrey's really the only threat. So I'm expecting the Falcons to win this game just off that alone. I think Bijan is one of the top players now. He's going to continue to prove that. Drake London is heating up rather. I think Michael Penix, he isn't playing awful. I think that stinker of a game in Carolina it is what it was. And I think this is going to be more on the right track. But I like that defense. Is young. They hungry. I just think the 49ers, too many injuries. They are at home, so home field gets 3 points. But technically, I don't like what I'm seeing out of the 49ers, like, without these pieces. Like, you got Ricky. Is he even going to play? You got no Fred Warner. Matt Jones been low-key fighting for his life because he got roughed up. So it's just so many different injuries. Falcons are the healthier team. I think Darnell Mooney's going to come back this week too, so got to roll with the Falcons. I'm definitely going to go with the score of, it'll be something weird like 27-25.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not really sure if this is an upset, but this is going to be my upset of the week for this week on our games. I'm taking the 49ers to win this football game.
The 49ers are favored.
Are they?
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people probably are going to be taking the Falcons. I'm not. I'll take the 49ers. They're probably only favored because they're at home. I'm taking the 49ers to cover then. I'm going to keep it plain and simple with you. They're getting George Kittle back. They're getting Ricky Purcell back. That, to me, is a big deal.
That's 100%?
I mean, the coach said Kittle should be back this week, and Purcell should be back this week. He said that last week, that they were going to miss this game, but they should be ready to go next week. And if they're back, I'm taking them. Actually, I would have taken them if they weren't back, and this is the reason why. I like watching teams when they go on the road and how they perform. The last time the Falcons were on the road, they lost 30-0 to the Panthers. I just feel like certain teams play better at home, and certain teams play better on the road. The 49ers, their last game, had to go all the way cross country to play the Bucs. It wasn't really a good matchup. You got to go all the way cross country. They're back home in their elements. The Falcons now have to go all the way cross country to play the 49ers. And now the 49ers will have a whole week to prepare for the Falcons. Okay? The Falcons are coming off a big win against the Bills. Now their confidence could be up, but they could come in here thinking, well, they don't got Fred Warner, and they got these injuries, and blah, blah, blah. But guess what they do have? They got Kyle Shanahan, and they got Robert Saleh. I'm going with the coaching here. I don't really believe in Raheem Morris overall as a head coach. I think the 49ers at home, because they're at home, at the crib, I'm going to pick them to win this football game. Doesn't matter who the quarterback is. I believe in Mac Jones. Brock Purdy, don't matter. Obviously, they got McCaffrey. Love him. Juwan Jennings. Ricky Purcell will be back. I know y'all been seeing what Bourne been doing the last couple of weeks. He's looked good. George Kittle back. I think they're going to do enough to win this football game. And I just feel like the Falcons are going to come in a little bit too confident. And if you can take away, and I know Salah knows this, if you take away Michael Penix's first read, that accuracy goes away. And he'll make some mistakes.
He will.
So I'm taking the 49ers to win this football game in a defensive war. I'm going to go 49ers 20, Falcons 17. I just think the Falcons, if you can take away a weapon, to me they have two. Bijan Robinson and Drake London. That's the only reason they beat the Bills. That was the whole offense. London over 100 yards and Bijan. Yeah, touchdown. That was the whole offense. So it's, to me, the game plan is set. Take one of them away. If you can't take both away, take one of them away. Make Darnell Mooney beat you. Make Tyler Algier beat you.
Kyle Pitts.
He hasn't really done much. Once again, he isn't having a great year still. But yes, let Kyle Pitts beat you. So I'm taking the 49ers in this football game 20-17.
All right. Bucs, Monday night at Lions. Fire the cannon with your thoughts. What you got?
What's up, Buck fans? This is going to be a tough matchup here this week. Monday Night Football. We going back to the place. Detroit, we beat the Lions last year in week 2, 20-16. Ladies and gentlemen, we still not healthy. We coming in with even more injuries. There is a chance, though, we might get Mike Evans back this week. That would be huge with the Emeka Egbuka and Chris Godwin still going to be out. Bucky Irvin, I'm hearing some reports, but even with or without him, I like Rachaad White, man. Rashad Old Dog White's been playing well. And that's why you got to have depth. In the NFL, you got to have depth at every position. And I like Sean Tucker, too. So it doesn't matter. To me, like, everyone's like, oh, Bucky. Bucky's a very good back. We all can agree on that. But Rachaad White can start on a lot of football teams in this league. So
hell yeah.
It doesn't matter to me which one of those backs are. I am going to take the Buccaneers in this game. And the reason I'm taking I wasn't going to do it, but now let me tell you why I'm going to do it. This Brian Branch thing to me is going to mean something. I just have a feeling this is going to be a reason why we win this football game. I thought before that, I was like, man, I think we're going to lose the football game. But with him being out, whoever's back there at safety, I feel like is going to get exposed. I feel like you saw what the Chiefs were doing, even with Branch in the game. The Chiefs were doing whatever they wanted. They were moving up and down the field, no problem on the Detroit Lions defense. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. I see it going over. Whatever the over is, take the over. I'm seeing two of the best quarterbacks in the league right now, being very efficient in this game. I think our defense is going to get smoked. It's going to get cooked all game long. I don't see a lot of stops happening. I will say, Jamel Dean, congratulations on NFC Defensive Player of the Week this week. Hell of a game, but now you're going against a really pissed off Detroit Lions offense.
Yeah.
With Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jameson Williams, Jahmyr Gibbs. They want to get Montgomery more involved. I see this game definitely going into 30 territory for both. I'm taking the Buccaneers in a close one because I can't. When the games are close, I got to go with Baker Mayfield. That boy got too much dog in him for me not to take him with less than 2 minutes to go. So if the Lions ain't going to blow us out, we win this football game, and they ain't blowing us out. I got the Buccaneers winning this game 35-31. Shootout in Ford Field.
See, when Brian Branch did what he did, I said, there you go right there. That's going to be the reason why the Bucs cover or win. I do feel like the Lions at home, that's still a tough one. St. Brown, Williamson, Gibbs, they got so many weapons. Laporta. I do think injuries do take you down a notch. Because I thought Mbuka was a strike of lightning for y'all, right? Even if Mike Evans does come back, I felt like Mbuka gave Baker so much more juice. Like, we seen what he did with Taz Johnson, but that was one pass.
You're forgetting about Cameron Johnson had a couple catches.
Yeah.
The offense was still moving the ball.
It's still.
No problem.
But I just feel like the Lions, I feel like they just going to be so mad, bro. They offense going to be clicking off. I think Gibbs going to be doing this thing. I think St. Brown, Jameson Williams, he's definitely going to hit y'all over the top maybe one time. Like maybe one deep ball for him. But the only thing that holds me back, and I've said this since we started talking football on this podcast, I don't like Jared Goff. I'm going to always choose Baker over Jared Goff, especially Baker is at MVP level right now. So I have to roll with that.
And the thing that y'all all have to know, this is very important, another reason, and the main reason I'm taking the Bucs, the best road underdog team in the league, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We on the road, we are road warriors. We always find a way. We found a way in Seattle. Mm-hmm. We found a way in Atlanta. We found a way in Houston. That's tough to do, to go on the road and do that. And we've already shown last season, beating Detroit in Detroit. When it comes to Baker Mayfield, road underdog, put your money where your mouth is. And I am. You like the over, though, in that game, right?
Actually, no.
Really?
For some weird reason, I feel like it's going to be a slugfest because that game last year in Detroit was a slugfest. It came down to like...
Because it was earlier in the year, though.
Yeah, earlier in the year.
So the defense is always ahead of the offense earlier in the year.
I would have to see the line. If the line's like 51 or 50... No, if it's like 53 or 54, I would low-key take the under because I could see the score being 27, 24... Or, some. I just feel like there's going to be a hiccup in your offense.
If it's that close, I got to take the over. Because that's a lot of points. 27-2, that's a lot of points. That's close. That's 51.
I know. I said 53, 54. I don't know. I wouldn't touch that.
I just feel like the offense is going to be moving down the field. Because I just watched Detroit's defense. They just, even weeks, even against, like, what was it? The Bengals. The Bengals put up 20 points. Like, other teams have been putting up points. It's not like the Lions are not very good on the defense side of the ball.
But I'm a little frustrated with NFL because why on earth would you do a double game? Like, have this be the Monday. Yeah.
God dang with these double games.
This be the game of the night because it's damn near the game of the year. But have this be the game of the night, and that's it. Right after it's the Texans at Seahawks. Or I think it overlaps. I'm just like, God damn, why y'all got to do that? But segue into it. Texans at Seahawks. I feel like the Texans have been quietly rolling, but the Seahawks have been doing a thing. JSN has been a fucking monster. JSN has been a monster. I like the small things that they've been doing, especially with Clint Kubiak drawing up the play action, just getting them open. Sam Darnold taking the pressure off of him. The run his game flowing. The defense has been good. Trevor Lawrence and them, they had no answers. And so I feel like the Texans, they struggle to score. Seahawks defense it was getting cooked by Baker, but I still think that defense is pretty decent when it wants to be. But I feel like the Seahawks will win this game, something along the lines of like 27-20, 27-20. Unless I'm missing something, I just don't think the Texans have enough firepower to go in Seattle with the 12th man to take care of business. I just think Seahawks going to be at home, coming off a win, and JSN is having himself a year, bro.
I need to see the injury report because if I can see the injury report, this will really make it better. I won't really know the injury report until Monday night. But I'm going to say this. I've done my research on this game. And I really can't be about to say this. I know the Seahawks are favorite, right? 100%. They're favored to win this game. I would assume. Yeah, this is another upset of the week for me. I'm taking the Texans. I've done enough research to know, and I just can't trust Seahawks at home now. I've looked at it. Supposedly, like on the road, they haven't lost a game in like a while. But at home, they've been atrocious. They've been atrocious this year. Their losses this year have been at home to the Bucs and to the 49ers week 1. For some reason.
Division. And the Bucs.
But listen, at home, the only team they've beaten at home this year is the Saints. I don't know, man. And here's another reason why I'm taking the Texans. It's like last week I took the Falcons. The Texans are coming off of what? A bye week.
Oh, I forgot about the bye week.
With that bye week, I feel like this offense can get it going now. And I need to know see the injury report because the reason why the Bucs went off on the Seahawks so much.
Secondary was hurt.
Because the secondary was out. I didn't even know if the secondary is out again. Because if they are, the Jaguars to me, the reason because that Chiefs win. That Chiefs win got to their head. Mm-hmm. The Texans to me, they need this win bad. They're still under 500. And they're going to be fighting hard. And I think this could be that game where Nico Collins finally breaks out. Nico hasn't had that game yet where he's really broken out. That 100-yard, 8-9 catch game. He hasn't had that game yet. And this is a perfect spot to do so. Especially knowing that everyone's talking about JSN and how good JSN's been. Man. You need to remind people that you're top. Didn't you say top 5 receiver? He needs to show, and this is the game to do it. On Monday Night Football, national television, he needs to show why he's a top 5 receiver. CJ Stroud needs to show up and show why he is a top-tier quarterback. And I feel like this is a perfect spot. It reminds me a lot of the playoff game against the Chargers last year, where everyone thought
everybody swung on the Chargers.
Everyone swung on the Chargers, and the Texans. And here's another thing: the Texans play great defense. They're known for great defense, and they're going against a guy who loves to make mistakes. He literally, Sam Darnold. I ain't gonna sit here and say it. He has improved as a quarterback 100%, but he still makes those untimely turnovers. A fumble here.
Disgusting.
An interception there. And the 2 losses that have been very close games. The fumble against the 49ers and the pick again. He just has bad luck. The pick literally hit Logan Paul's helmet and goes to Levante David's hand. It's just who Sam Darnold is. So if this game is close, which you kind of had it kind of close.
Yeah.
I think the Texans find a way to win this football game and get to 500 and get to 3-3. I'm taking the Texans to find a way to pull this one out. 24-21. I believe the Texans defense is top tier. I feel like they're going to get a lot of pressure on Darnold. And if you can get pressure in Darnold,
you can get things done.
He'll give you those turnovers. I think it's going to be a very tight game. The Seattle, I just couldn't believe how bad they've been at home. Like the over the last, it's been bad.
I think, man, I'm telling you, the things that Clint Kubiak cooks up, I know him because he was on the Saints coordinator. Mm-hmm. Yes, Texans have a stout defense, but as long as they take it out of Sam Darnold, like the game needs to flow through the run, opening up the play action pass, and then that's what will get it done. If you have to drop back with Sam Darnold, and he has to throw that bitch 40 times, they're not beating the Texans. I know that. Like Stingley and them boys, they not gonna have that.
Listen,
shit.
Will Anderson gonna be coming crazy.
But I don't know who on the Texans is gonna run on the Seahawks front four.
Are you talking about run?
Yeah.
We'll see. I mean, listen.
If the Texans win, they're gonna have to throw.
They're gonna have to throw it, but we'll see. You know what I mean? I feel like Chubb has been improving the last few weeks, but once I said it's hard to know because they went against the Ravens, and it's hard because of the teams they've played. But bye week, a lot of things happen after a bye week. Trust me, you didn't see the Falcons and what they did after their bye week.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
well, that was week 7. Go ahead, close us out.
ladies and gentlemen, that was episode 28 of Say What's Real. Please like, comment, subscribe on our YouTube page at Say What's Real Podcast and also on our TikTok page at Say What's Real Podcast. I'm Lawrence.
And I'm the sad Who Dat fan Nick.
And may the odds forever be in your favor this week with that.
Shout him out. I'm blanking that ass out.
Sorry. Betting in general. That's Say What's Real.